Now, once again visits the great state of New Jersey. Ms. Sherrill is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I do want to express my thanks as well to General Milley for his over 40 years of service. And as we know, when someone serves, their whole family serves. So I'd also like to express my sincere appreciation to your wife, Holly Ann, and your 2 children for their service. We do owe you and your family a huge debt of gratitude. So thank you very much. I would also like to enter into the record a letter led by Senator Shaheen with 37 of her colleagues, a letter to you, Secretary Austin, expressing their strong support for the department's personnel policy related to reproductive health care. So I'd like to associate myself with their sentiments and enter it into the record.
Without objection, so ordered.
Thank you. You know, as we know, about 1 in 5 service members are women now. About 40% of them don't have access to full reproductive health services. So I'd certainly like to thank you, Secretary Austin, for your commitment to support for these women, for our service women and their families. I will tell you that we have seen in my own state women making decisions about job opportunities and where they may go for educational opportunities based on reproductive rights. So I do think this is an issue that impacts recruiting as well. And I'll say that in my own service, I served in Texas, a state where now women don't have access to basic reproductive services, basic services for even going through miscarriages right now, which has been devastating for so many families. So thank you for that. I would like to applaud your support for that. Unfortunately, as we have seen, a member of our Senate is now threatening to withhold nominations for flag ranks, and we know that I think over about 80 3- and 4-stars are being withheld, not to mention numerous commands where we see upcoming retirements or movements. Can you talk a little bit about the practical impact on readiness this will have for our forces?
Well, we spent the better part of the morning talking about the challenges that we face in this complex environment that we see currently. Without the leadership at the senior levels to help us maintain our readiness, I think this will place our readiness, our overall readiness at risk. And it will also impact families in a major way. Permanent change of station moves won't happen. Kids will be won't enter school on time, and it goes on. And the problem will compound very quickly. And so I think it's important for those troops, those officers that have worked hard and earned those promotions to be able to move up to the next level and command or do whatever they're going to do. But we need their services at the appropriate level.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. And then Secretary Austin and General Milley, as you may know, I now sit on the new Committee on Strategic Competition with the CCP, and I would echo Mr. Gallagher's remarks on the need for deterrence, and I appreciate your understanding and support for that as well. But we also have to confront now the CCP's stranglehold on the global rare earth mineral supply. Their human rights abuses, the genocide against the Uyghurs and the impact that might have on our supply chains, the unpredictable COVID policies on the global supply chain. So can you both provide an update on how the department's working to ensure our supply chains in the Defense Department are not only resilient but sourced, extracted, processed, and manufactured in a way that is both robust enough for our defense needs but consistent with our democratic values?
Well, I want to thank Congress up front for your support of the CHIPS and Science Act that really, I think, will allow us to generate pretty significant capability eventually here at home in the United States. In this budget, we're asking you for $253 million to invest in critical minerals. You see $177 million that we're asking for casting and forging. $125 million to invest in battery technology and energy sources. So we are doing a lot to make sure that we have the requisite materials to continue to produce the weapons and munitions that we need to maintain our edge.